Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like flavor. What me do?
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
So there's been a lot of chatter going around the NFL fans that I want to get to the bottom of. And yeah, I'm going to be called all types of names on this one. And if you know anything about me, frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. No, I don't give a fuck. You know what? I am crazy. You know what else? I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Because I've tried to be as political. I tried to be as cool as I quite possibly could. But I'm just saying. Look. I didn't like the reference before, but now I see. I'm just gonna be real, man. I see myself turning more and more like this short motherfucker, and I don't like it, but I do like it. But I am turning more and more like into this motherfucker, and y'all gonna laugh like hell when I say this, but as I sip a little bit more of my coffee, that I shouldn't be goddamn drinking to begin with. Yeah, I'm on a little bit of fast, y'all. Just fasting just a little bit. I just don't give a fuck. But there's a topic at hand that really annoys me. And before I say this, I want to say this to the Lady Birds of AFN. Did a wonderful job with their interview with Kelly Price last night. Fox 5 reporter. Wonderful job. Thank you for coming on to the platform and sharing your experience, sharing your thoughts on the season. They did a wonderful job that night. So if you guys did not have an opportunity to check that out, check that out. But back to the I just don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. Yep. Rashad, I don't drink, motherfucker, okay? Everybody know, look, I'm a weak drinker these days, okay? I have one beer. I'm good. But I'm saying a lot of stuff, bro. That is just like I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you niggas, okay? I'm just gonna be real. I'm not holding back anything. When I tell y'all, when y'all see straight heat, I ain't holding the shit back. All right? I ain't holding the damn thing back because I'm tired of it, to be honest, man. It's like I'm turning more and more like this fucking Charleston White than I anticipated. I can't fucking deny it. I won't deny it. I'm a straight. You know what? But I can't deny it anymore. I'm turning more and more. I'm turning more and more like this motherfucker than I anticipated, because I really don't like niggas. I don't like niggas. I don't. You niggas are stupid. You niggas are dumb. You niggas are stupid. The things that I'm hearing these days, and it's 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 let me say it. Let me start right here. All right. So if anybody know how myself and Dunn got started in this, it's like as black men, and I want to make sure that this is heard and this is said, as black men in this profession from the South, especially if you're from the South, um, you're 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 labeled uneducated. You're labeled um, to be um, to be untamed, to be hood, all these things. You're not allowed to be intelligent. You're not allowed to be a computer whiz. If anybody know anything about me, I've been taught at a young age by my great uncle Grady, who was a Marine himself. He taught me how to do a lot of electrical work, what led me into building computers and things of that nature. So I'm a fucking nerd. Building websites, all types of stuff. So I'm a freaking nerd. So the places that I grew up in, Perry Home, East Lake Meadows, going to school in Charles Duke, right across the street, from East Lake Meadows, like Kirkwood, Scottsdale. I spent a lot of time in Scottsdale, a lot of friends in Scottsdale. Didn't live there, but I spent a lot of times with a lot of people know of. I got a lot of brothers from there, Midway, Avondale Estates, in Clarkston. So I've been on both sides of the spectrum in regards to just how I grew up. Like, I can't say that I was a privileged kid that had everything that I wanted, but I did struggle my ass off, and my family struggled their asses off. So I've been on. Look, I've had a pretty good life. I'm not gonna fucking sit up here like I didn't have it rough, or I didn't have it. I didn't have it good. I damn believe me, I had it good. Goddamn, we ate good. So I'm saying all this to say this: like, you come in this profession as a black man, there are some fucking struggles. Like, I tried my best. I've tried to reach out to guys to work for the Falcoholic. I've tried my best to reach out and work for guys like Block and Dirty. But they saw me as a nigga. All right. Like, and that's probably why motherfuckers don't like me to this day. Because I just say what it is. They saw me as a nigga. They saw myself and Dunn as niggers. Okay? Just gonna be real about it. So I know what it takes, and what it takes to be a black man in a profession that's dominated by a certain genre and a demographic of people. Because it's not just white people, it's black people, and it's Hispanic people, it's Asian people, it's all types of people. So I understand what it's like to be looked at for your background, your ethnicity. So I understand that. So that's one of the main reasons what led me to YouTube. Like, I was one of the first people that were here in this Atlanta Falcons niche, myself and Dunn, and a handful of other people that really started this shit. We started this shit over here. And and we weren't given an opportunity. I tell people all the time. I give Lieutenant Dan from unintentional grounding. I give him all the credit in the world because he's the only white boy that gave me a shot to be legitimate, to be seen as a legitimate reporter. He's the only motherfucker that believed in our platform and helped me and help us kind of get more spotlight on this platform. So I'm forever grateful for that. I'm not a motherfucker that when a motherfucker give me a shot and motherfucker put me on their platform, he didn't have to do that type of shit. So I always say, Lieutenant Dan, I owe him a lot because nobody took me seriously. Nobody took me seriously. Okay? I'm just going to be real. We see a guy right there on Locked On Falcons, Aaron Freeman. Oh, that motherfucker didn't talk to us for a good 2 years until I got with Lieutenant Dan. That's when everybody wanted to act like they want to have a fucking conversation with me. So I understand what it takes to be a black man in a profession. Okay? So yes, absolutely. Shout out to Lieutenant Dan. So don't give me y'all not gonna paint this bullshit as a narrative when it come down to me. You can't get me to sit up here and say, oh, the black man been held down, the black man been held down. Guess what? Myself, Don, we put in the motherfucking work. We put in the work. And anybody that saw us from the very beginning, they knew that sometimes I would be 3, 4 in the same day on live. We used to do 2, 3, 4 shows, just myself and Don, putting in that work, doing 4 live shows for 4 different teams, putting up the news, going live, having these discussions, and it would just be us. It would just be us. Done on Feline Sports Podcast, and here I am, not only on Mad Mike Sports, but I was pulling double duty on Atlanta Falcon Nation. Shout out to the 6-man K Styles. We were doing this bit sometimes 6 to 7 days a week. It was just him and I. I got coffee and he got a beer in his hand just to make sure y'all get all the content. So ain't nobody finna tell me that struggle and being seen as a certain like black man, or like especially like I said, black man in the South, that we don't have a certain hurdle to overcome. We most certainly do. So I'm saying all of this to say, I'm saying all that to say this. You niggas can go to hell with this Raheem and it's just not Raheem. So I don't want to make it seem like it's just a Raheem issue. It's not a Raheem issue. This is not personal to Raheem, but I'm saying it's Raheem. I'm saying Lamar Jackson. I'm saying a lot of black quarterbacks. I'm saying a lot of black players. Is that a lot of these guys, a lot of these players are being put on a pedestal for doing the least amount of work possible. You see, I'm like these players and these coaches, they're not even very good at what the hell they doing. You got guys in the NFL, coaches like Steve Wilkes, these guys actually put together great defenses time and time again, and these dudes don't even get a shot. They have a lengthy record of success, and these guys don't even get an opportunity to be a head coach. They put in the work. You can look at their resume and see time and time again, top 15 defenses, top 10 defenses, top 5 defenses. And guess what? They don't even get a shot. Steve Wilkes is not even in the freaking NFL. He doesn't even have a job. And you trying to tell me that a guy like Raheem Morris, if you look at his resume and his one-loss record, that he deserves another chance? Are you fucking kidding me? These guys, you trying to tell me that a Steve Wilkes does not deserve an opportunity, that Brian Flores doesn't deserve an opportunity to be a head coach? These guys, year after year after year, no matter what team that they go to, he go to the Patriots, the Dolphins. Now he's at the Vikings. This dude still putting up top 10 defense, top 15 defenses, and guess where his chances are at head coaches? It doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that this guy is putting up top 15 and top 10 defenses. None of that cares. But to black people, we want to sit behind all these. Look, I want to say this as respectful as I possibly can about Raheem Morris. Because again, this ain't just about Raheem. There's a certain amount of complacency, entitlement in regards to black community, black fans, black players. There's a certain amount of entitlement, and it like when I hear stupid niggas like Ryan Clark on ESPN say stuff like Lamar Jackson's, we need him to win a championship so he can set us apart as a black community, a black NFL player. Are you fucking kidding me? Robert Salah is another one. That's another one. I butcher his name all the time, so I'm sorry, Robert. Like these guys, every opportunity, like it's amazing. And one of the things that's a lot of people not gonna like what I gotta say about this, but even look at Mike Vick. Look at Mike Vick, for example. Mike Vick is a perfect example of people say he needs another opportunity, but the first thing you look at Michael Vick, everybody say, "Oh, yep, he went to jail. He went to jail. He went to jail." But y'all be Mike Vick. Oh, well, he had some issues with killing dogs and all that type of stuff. Getting caught up in that. We got coaches up here who literally broke laws, beat up their significant others, DUIs, all these types of things. Like these people have done some horrendous things. Now, whether or not you believe that what Vic did in regards to dog fighting, it's like some people hold their pets as a member of their family, and I totally understand it. Some people don't value pets as a member of the family, and I totally understand it. So I'm not here to say whether or not what Mike Vick did was, despicable. Was it? It really wasn't that bad. But the thing is that we got guys like Young Thug who's walking free, and if you know anything about Atlanta, Cleveland Avenue, like ever since that Negro been off the streets, the crime has went down significantly. Crime has went down in the streets of Atlanta since this dude has been off the streets. But guess what? This guy get more sympathy, more empathy, more opportunities to get on live TV, to do interviews, to do music, to live a good life, to eat steak and shrimp and do all this other types of stuff. He gets another opportunity, and you don't see all these organizations standing outside of his house and standing outside of V103 or whatever big community, big program or business, radio station or whatever the case may be. You don't see them picketing outside when it comes down to him. You don't see the fans and the people trying to throw him back into jail. You don't see any of that. But a guy like Michael Vick, who was brought up in a culture where dogfighting really wasn't that big of a deal. And certain coaches, cows are revered as, sacred animals. And if you kill a cow in other countries, like, you could literally go to jail for these things. And in America, we slaughter cows by the day. But nobody's saying things about that. We're not picketing outside the other countries saying that they're not picking in America talking about, oh, save the cow, save the cow, save the cow. Go to hell, Michael Vick, you killed the cow. Nobody's saying that. But it's perfectly fine over here because it's a cultural thing. And all I'm saying right here is this. If a guy, all I'm saying is people deserve a second chance in life. He's paid his debt. He's done what he had to do to right his wrongs. So Michael Vick deserves an opportunity to become a head coach. But he's put in the work. Okay? He's put in the work. And he deserves that. Michael Vick has put in the work. He's got on television and he showed his knowledge and his game, his knowledge of the game, working with a guy like Andy Reid. And this is another thing that about the black community that I think is a major issue, because for me, it's like I could have been a felon myself. But a white cop, you hear me? A white cop saved my life. A white cop told me, like, look, you stay in a good neighborhood. And yeah, I was doing some crazy things. I won't say a menace, but I was doing some dumb stuff. And I could have had a good 2 or 3 felonies for doing what I was doing. But a white cop gave me an opportunity when get this, when his partner wanted to throw us in jail. He wanted to throw us in jail. A white cop. His partner, he stood up for me. He stood up and said, nope, I think you got a future. You're a good kid. That dude didn't know me from nothing. He just saw the neighborhood that I grew up, that I was in at the time, and Evidence State. It's like, bro, you stay in Evidence State. You out here doing this dumb shit? Gave me an opportunity. He wiped all those charges off of me. Wiped all of them. And from that point, I was on the straight and narrow path. So if it wasn't, I honestly believe if it wasn't for that officer, you probably wouldn't even be seeing this man, Mike, that you're seeing today. Because I was given a second chance. But guess what? When I got my second chance, I made something with it. So I'm saying all of this to say this, man. Guys like Raheem Morris done had 3, 4, 5, 6 chances. How many times we gonna get this guy a second, third, fourth chance? Guys like Steve Wilkes, Brian Flores, these guys are not even given another opportunity. They're not even getting. Yeah, I was game banging in the gated community. Yep, yeah, I sure as hell was. But these guys aren't even getting the opportunity. And they are showing you that they are capable of doing the work time and time again. But we don't have black people in the same community cheering for the Mike Vicks, cheering for the Steve Wilkes, cheering for the Brian Flores, cheering for the Mike Tomlin. I'm seeing more Mike Tomlin hate time and time again. This guy got a top 15, top 10 defense, and guess what they saying in Pittsburgh and other countries and other states? They tired of him. They tired of him. This dude putting up top 10, top 15 defenses every year. And guess what? Yeah, that's how I say it, K-Style. I'm more like Charleston White than I'm really ready to admit. But the only difference is I wasn't born privileged. I was born in Summer Hill, Perry Home. Those are my early life. Just a little different. But I'm more like him than I was ready to admit. But how many times do we got to see guys like Raheem Morris, who's shown us absolutely nothing, get chance after chance after chance after chance? This dude been hired by the same guy 3, 4 times already, and he's shown us nothing. He's shown us no improvement defensively, offensively. He's shown us nothing. This dude, Mike Tomlin, has not had a losing record, and you guys are sitting up here saying, I'm tired of him. He need to go. Are you kidding me? There are even references that talking about, oh, we need to trade him. Trade him for who? Who are you going to get better? Who's going to have a better defense and a better team that's going to compete than Mike Tomlin? Are you kidding me? That's not a better coach in the league outside of Andy Reid, in my opinion, than Mike Tomlin. He's one of the best, if not the best coach in the NFL outside of Andy Reid. And you Negroes are leading the charge to say, oh, I'm tired of him. Done won the Super Bowl, done did all of this. Never had a losing season, and Negroes are not even backing him the way that they're backing guys like Raheem Morris. You guys y'all ready to go out of y'all way to make sure that Raheem Morris get a second and third and fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh chance. This dude was the assistant head coach sitting right next to Dan Quinn when the Atlanta Falcons blew one of the biggest moments in NFL history, 28-3, with a little more than a quarter to go in the game to win the Super Bowl. He was there when we blew the biggest. It was the biggest comeback in NFL in Super Bowl history. He was right there, and you guys are ready to give him a third, a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. But you don't want to give Michael Vick a second chance? Man, come on, man. Guys like Antonio Pierce, these guys have shown you that they can put together great defenses. You've seen time and time again Antonio Pierce as a good defensive coach. You've seen time and time again Gerard Mayo as a good defensive coach at his level of expertise. These guys get 1 and 2 years to be something. And we got this Robert Kraft that sit here with a straight face and say, yep, I thought I didn't think we showed enough. How this man gonna show enough in a year? It wasn't even a full freaking year. This dude barely had 1 year to showcase his abilities as a coach, and he did well with his side of the ball. The offensive side of the ball was the issue and has been the issue for the Patriots for quite some time. I don't see you guys picking in the NFL to say Antonio Pierce needs another opportunity. He should have got you. I don't see on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, I don't see people going out of their way that are upset. I don't see guys like this Ryan coon-ass Clark. He's the real Uncle Tom. Because he only wants a certain demographic of black people to represent him. And let me tell you something, people. There's more than look. There's a different. All black people aren't the same. We got nerds. We got gossip. We got people that's that into all types of things. Smart, intelligent, like me, a damn. A Star Wars nerd, Kung Fu, anime, like there's different types of black people. All black people are not the same. So when I see guys like Antonio Pierce, Steve Wilkes, Brian, ain't nobody picking it outside. You don't see Ryan Clark going out of his mind. For a guy like Brian Flores, he ain't stopping the whole show to have to nitpick in the campaign for him. No, he's not. Guess what he's doing? He's campaigning for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson represents us. Lamar Jackson represents us. How you say he represents us? Good morning, Mike. This is you will never be invited to roam the sidelines and a hot dog with the other content creators. Please keep it up. Look, I know, man. I know. I absolutely know. So I appreciate it, my brother. And guess what? I just don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. We want to put people who is represented as thugs, and let's just keep it in. Keep it real. If you dress a certain way, if you dress like a thug, you dress like Jeezy, you dress like T.I., you dress like a rapper, yeah, you can represent the black culture. You can represent the black people. Ryan Clark, they love people like that. The Robert Griffin III, who married everything but black people. That's the crazy thing about him. He married to anything other than black people, but you want to represent black people. You want to say guys like Lamar Jackson is black people, but you married outside of anything and everything. Everything around you is a different demographic, and I'll just leave it at that. My thing is, let your work and your actions speak for itself. because guys like Antonio Pierce deserve a real opportunity because they haven't been given the opportunity to truly. Now, if Antonio Pierce would have had 3 years like a Dan Quinn or 4 years like a Dan Quinn, and he didn't get it done, and there wasn't an improvement in the entire team, I was like, all right, go ahead, fire him. If Gerard Mayo would have had 3-4 years and the entire team in itself didn't improve, then go ahead, fire him. If Raheem hasn't been in the league for near 20 years, this dude has been in the league 20 years and we still don't know what he's good at. I tried that. It don't work. I tried to fit in. It don't work. Like, these guys have had 1, maybe 2 years to try to say, all right, this is what I can do. Steve Wilkes didn't really even have an opportunity. And when he had the opportunity, he did well. He still got fired. But black people are not even going out. But look, black people ain't going out of their way to pick it outside of the NFL to say, give Steve Wilkes a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. No. You picking outside for a guy like Raheem Morris who's shown absolutely nothing. He's shown us nothing. Do I believe that Raheem Morris is a good coach? I do. I think he exudes some good head coaching qualities, but as far as him being to develop a position, whether it's cornerback, defensive end, linebackers, wide receivers, whatever, he's shown me nothing consistently. I know people love him. I know the players and the people love him, and that's probably the environment that you want. And that's why you would probably hire him as a head coach. But in my opinion, he's nothing more than a damn cheerleader. He's nothing more than an NFL agent. He's nothing more than a Major League Baseball agent. If you want to keep it real, let's keep it real. That's what he is. He can get you players in here on your team. You know what he is? He's proof. He's Eminem's hype man. Let's keep it fucking real. We want to keep this shit all the way real. That's all he is. He's nothing but Eminem's hype man. He's Flavor Flav. That's who he is. He's shown me nothing consistently where I trust that he will get things turned around. He's shown me nothing. He went to the LA Rams, to a team that was already a Super Bowl contender. He's already shown that I already know that Raheem is a guy that's going to build a certain atmosphere and have a certain temperature around the locker room. And I'm grateful for that, because I actually believe personally that you have to have a cordial environment, a good work environment where everybody can at least communicate properly, have fun. That is conducive to success. So Raheem does have those qualities. But as a football guy, he ain't shit he's done that I'm comfortable with. Nothing. But that's another thing about, like I said, this is why I say about Arthur Blank. And there's not many NFL outside of Rooney. There's not many NFL franchises that are doing more for African American coaches and players in the league outside of Arthur Blank. The Rooneys and Arthur Blank, like if you look at their resume when it comes down to the black culture, these guys go out of their way to make sure that black African American, if you just look at minority owners like Dominic Dawes, like if people don't even know that Dominic Dawes is a minority owner for the Falcons. Like Arthur Blank does a lot of things for the black community, but guess what? When we don't get what we ready to tell him to sell the team. Y'all want to go back to the days of them damn Smiths, Rankin and Taylor Smiths? Well, all they were doing is bringing in. Look, I'm gonna say something controversial right here. It's probably gonna get me in a lot of trouble for saying this, but them Smiths were nothing more than owners. And I'll let you fill in the blank owners, okay? But guess what they did? And Deion Sanders is the perfect example why I'm saying blank owners. Because all they did was get the best Negroes, the best players, use them up, make money from them, get popular, and then say, yeah, I'm done with you. You an old player at this point. Let me get somebody else in here. Make $200, $300, $400, $500 million from Deion Sanders. Make all this money from these players and then turn around and yep, you can go. We don't need you no more. Those them Smiths did. All they did was collect checks, $100 million checks year after year after year off of the backs of the Deion Sanders popularity, the Dominique Wilkins popularity here in Atlanta. Year after year after year after year. That's all they did. They didn't care nothing about this franchise winning. They didn't care nothing about this franchise winning. All they knew, they had them a popular Negro and the Deion Sanders that they can market and market and market, put them on the line and say, yep, this Negro finna make me, he about to be on in front of all the music videos. He gonna be on TV. He gonna bring MC Hammer on to the sidelines and we gonna have us a party. Yeah, Michael Vick, like you gonna have all these guys, and we gonna put this. This is what these Rankin and Taylor Smith. This is what Rankin Smith did. This is what they did. They didn't care nothing about this franchise winning, and this is the thing. And then now we got an owner, and Arthur Smith, that goes out of his way to make sure that the African American community actually has representatives, not only in front office with a guy like Terry Fontenot, who's everybody trying to throw out right now too. Yeah, y'all want to throw him out because we had a couple of bad drafts or players that didn't live up to expectations. Now we want to throw him in the trash because it's not coming together fast enough and quick enough. Falcons are one of the only NFL franchises that has a black general manager, black head coach, black defensive coordinator, black special team guy. They're one of the only franchises in the NFL. But guess what? You Negroes don't care. You don't care because you so infatuated with Raheem Morris's guys that have not shown you that they can put in the work and have success. The guys that actually are having success are getting overlooked. And the guys that we like, the Lamar Jacksons of the world, that doing little as possible, This guy barely has 20,000 yards total in 8 years. 20,000 yards passing in 8 years. He has that. In 8 years. Has not won a damn thing outside of them regular ass MVP. He's done nothing in the playoffs at all. Hasn't won a thing. But we lower the expectations for these guys so they can represent us. And this is what Ryan Clark's of the worlds are doing. They lower the expectations. They lower the bar for guys like Lamar Jackson. Go look at the numbers of a Donovan McNabb, Doug Williams, the Randall Cunninghams, all of these quarterbacks that have been in the league, that are in the league right now. Look at their numbers. We got quarterbacks right now in the NFL that have been in the league less time than Lamar Jackson, and they got more passing yards than Lamar Jackson. But we put Lamar Jackson on a pedestal. We put him on a pedestal. Why? Because he can run, Negro run, and he represents the black community. Or should I say a portion of the black community. Again, there's more to black people, minorities, than just Lamar Jackson's the image of a Lamar Jackson. The do-rag shouters. There's more to the black community than just more than meet the eye. It's more to the black community than just capri pants or rolled up jogging pants and Jordans. Just saying. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, guys, we need to be consistent in regards to supporting everybody, because everybody don't get the same support. Everybody ready to throw Kyle Pitts in the trash. They ready to throw him in the trash because he's not Julio Jones. He's not living up to certain expectations. We ready to throw him away. We don't even want to give him an opportunity because he's not what we thought he were. What the media, what the fans thought he was. We ready to throw him away. The do-rags, the capri pants, like we look, all that. We support that. So my thing is, look, I don't care. I don't care to fit in. But I do care to just tell people the truth at the end of the day. And the truth of the matter is we got to stop lowering expectations for guys and then having a higher expectations. Because if it take you 8 years to finally get your first 4,000 yards, passing yards, then why the fuck are we ready to throw a guy like Kyle Pitts in the trash? Let me say that again. If it takes a quarterback 8 years to throw for his first, let me say that again, his first 4,000 yards passing season, why are we ready to throw Kyle Pitts in the trash? because he's already done what most tight ends will never do, and that's have 1,000-yard receiving year. He's already doing that. He's already did it. He's already been to the Pro Bowl. And we ready to throw him in the trash. This man been in the league for 8 years, and he finally had his first 4,000-yard season. Ain't nobody throwing him in the ain't nobody saying, yeah, I give up on him. We standing behind him. We standing behind Lamar, who's had, God knows, I know he's had 5 top 10 defenses in his career, and he failed all of them. Matt Ryan didn't have any of that. In his 14 years, and this dude done had triple, double, quadruple what Matt Ryan has had in his 14 years as an NFL quarterback. And this dude is getting praised for doing absolutely nothing. Oh, but he wanted to MVP. Yeah, the nigga got the ball in his hands 100% of the time, you fucking idiot. If you got the ball in your hands 100 times, 100% of the times as the quarterback, guess what? You're gonna have more opportunities to make plays. Look, there are times in the game where we don't even know if certain guys are even on the field. We got tight ends and wide receivers. They're on the field 60% of the snaps, and out of 60 of those snaps, they might see the ball 4 times. He might see the ball come to him 4 times. But we're saying, yep, he's terrible. We done had let me ask y'all this question. How good of an offensive coordinator as far as the passing game is concerned do you think Arthur Smith is? How good of a passing game offensive coordinator do you guys think Arthur Smith is? Let's hear it, people. I would love to hear what you got to say right now. Let's hear it, people. Let's hear it, people. How good of a passing game offensive coordinator do you guys think he is? Crockett says not very good. Jermaine says not that good if Pickens is acting the fool. George Tasty Boy said not very good, 50-50 with a vet QB. Corey says Arthur Smith is average at best. So if he has an average at best, not very good offensive coordinator, Kyle Pitts, what do you expect him to do? On top of that, he's had a Dave Ragone, who is a quarterback's coach. He's not even the offensive coordinator anymore. He's a quarterback's coach right now. These are the guys who are designing plays for Kyle Pitts. A not very good one. I'm using you guys' words. He's not very good. And Dave Ragone, who's complete ass. And now we have a young rookie play caller and Zach Robinson, who's learning how to get the ball and how to call plays for the first time. as his offensive coordinator, and we're ready to throw, and we're saying Kyle Pitts is the problem. Somebody says trash. There says we need Shanahan back. So we got all these guys who's not very good, trash, and complete ass, and you guys are saying that Kyle Pitts is the problem. Like, don't you see the inconsistencies in these statements? If a guy had Matt Ryan as a quarterback who knew how to get the ball into hands of his players, he knows how to do it. And we got guys like Arthur Smith, Dave Ragone, and Zach Robinson who's having trouble designing plays, who don't know how to get the ball into the hands of these quarterbacks. You don't see the inconsistencies. You don't see the problem in this. And this is one of the main reasons why players are so frustrated and they want to get traded. Because you put these guys and these offensive coordinators and these coaches in position and these guys have no idea on how to get in the ball. And then who gets the blame for it? Who gets the fingers pointed at them? Kyle Pitts. And then I hear content creators say, well, Kyle Pitts is a guy, he's just another guy. Then what the fuck is Arthur Smith? Then what the fuck is Dave Ragone? What the fuck is a Zach Robinson? What the fuck are those guys? These guys ain't even average play callers, according to you. See, this is the thing that players get pissed off at. Y'all put complete crap in front of them to lead them and then say, yep, the players are the problem. You put guys like Raheem in leadership and then wonder why Kyle Pitts can't get the ball. You put Zach Robinson as the offensive coordinator and then wonder why Ray McLeod got 70 fucking targets in the damn game. Kyle Pitts and Drake London and Darnell Mooney ain't even touching the ball. Why? Because he calling plays with fucking Ray McLeod. What in the bloody hell are we talking about? You put trash in leadership positions and then wonder why guys like Drake London doesn't have 50. There's no fucking reason why Drake London shouldn't have 15 fucking 100 yards as a wide receiver and 10 plus touchdowns. Because we calling fucking plays in the fucking red zone in the middle of the fucking field for Ray McLeod and fucking Charlie Warner. Are you fucking kidding me? But I'm the one up here. I'm the one who fucking tripping for defending a guy like Kyle Pitts. We calling plays for fucking Ray Magoof. We calling plays for Charlie Warner and Ross Dwelly. And you looking at Kyle Pitts and say, well, he quit on the play. The motherfucker should quit. This motherfucker calling him up. He calling the play for Ray McLeod, who was undrafted, ain't never had anything over 200 yards in his NFL career. He been on 3 other teams before, but he get more plays called for him than fucking than Kyle Pitts. But I'm fucking tripping for defending the Kyle Pitts. Are you fucking? You people are fucking morons. This motherfucker up here, he want to be a goddamn 1970 pimp. Kyle Pitts come, block, does his job, don't even get a fucking target, but I'm supposed to be blown away by Ray Magoof. We got absolute trash in leadership positions, and then you point the fingers at guys like Kyle Pitts who ain't even getting targeted. It doesn't make sense. And then we got these content creators that go out of their mind and say, well, yeah, man, Kyle Pitts, he's quitting. Motherfucker, he calling plays for Charlie Warner. He got Charlie Warner lined up as a wide receiver. He running slant routes. And why, man, if you don't get the fuck, oh my God. I saw 3, 4, 5 times in a game. Charlie Warner is running slant routes at wide receiver. And he's getting targeted. Slow ass Charlie Warner. Great blocker, but don't give me this bullshit that Kyle Pitts can't run a fucking slant route. And you can't target him. But you can put Charlie Warner, who runs a fucking 4.5, 4.6. He can run a damn slant route faster than Kyle Pitts. Man, get all the way out of my motherfucking face with that shit. And waiting until the fourth quarter to finally look his damn way, and you trying to tell me that Kyle Pitts is the way, that he's the problem? Because he don't want to, he's too lazy to run a slant. Man, get out of my damn face. That motherfucker Charlie Warner looked like a damn offensive tackle out there trying to run a route. And he getting targeted, but I'm supposed to believe that Kyle Pitts lazy. Man, y'all have lost your ever-loving mind. Just tell me that Kyle Pitts doesn't fit what we're trying to do anymore. Don't try to assassinate his character because you want to move on from him. Just trade him. Because that's the reality of it. You're just trying to assassinate this man, destroy his character because he doesn't fit what we want to do. And it's perfectly fine to say he just doesn't fit in the offense. But don't bullshit me and tell me that fucking Charlie Warner is a better route runner than Kyle Pitts. Man, get the hell out of my face. So my thing is, I already know that the Falcons are trying to shop Kyle Pitts because you saw a play, and this is why there's a clear conspiracy to get Kyle Pitts up off this team. Because you saw the first game with Michael Penix. Guess what Michael Penix do? He felt comfortable with Penix. Penix felt comfortable with Pitts in that first game, and then the second game he didn't go back to him that much. You don't think these guys are telling him not to look his way? That man was comfortable with Kyle Pitts, and then the second game he just wasn't throwing him to it no more. Bro, there's a clear conspiracy to just get this guy off the team, and it's perfectly fine for me. But don't sit up here and sell me that Charlie Warner is the new Falcons type. Man, you don't get out of my face. How you doing, Jude? There's a clear conspiracy when it comes down to, and I don't mean conspiracy in no demeaning way, but there's a clear conspiracy or conservative effort to make sure that Kyle Pitts is no longer with this Atlanta Falcons team because he just doesn't fit what they want to do, and that's perfectly fine. They are the Falcons. Look, Raheem, Zach Robinson, they're well within. Every coach wants their players, and Kyle Pitts may not be their player. But don't give me this nonsense that he's lazy, he can't run a route, but you can put slow Charlie Warner out here running slant routes. Shit, I can run faster than him in my age. Like, are you kidding me? Again, there's a clear conspiracy to make sure that Kyle Pitts. You don't go from your first game, your rookie quarterback in, he threw an absolute dime, and he targeted Kyle Pitts at least 5 to 7 times in that game, and they had nice chemistry. And then the second game, you don't even look his way anymore. Come on, bro. Get the hell out of my face. Y'all not going to look. You can convince me to listen to a lot of nonsense, but nobody going to convince me that there isn't a clear conspiracy to make sure that Kyle Pitts is not with this Atlanta Falcons team anymore. Just go ahead and trade him, because it's clear that y'all don't want him here. So I believe that it is on Zach Robinson. Maybe Zach Robinson maybe he's not smart enough to even fit him in. He doesn't know what play to call for Kyle Pitts. That could very well be the case. Like a lot of times I be seeing Kyle Pitts by his dang on self. And the progressions are like, if you look at the play is designed to go somewhere else. This dude be wide open. Mike Vick, we all know that. It was obviously he was his running backs, work done, and Alger Crumpler. The tight end is always a quarter, believe me, a big target is always a quarterback's favorite target. He feels so good, believe me, so good with big targets. But you're not going to convince me as a guy who's played football, played quarterback, see you at cornerback. Like, you're not going to tell me that Kyle Pitts isn't better than a Charlie Warner and a Ray McCloud, but Ray McCloud can get 70 targets. Man, look. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Y'all have no idea. Ross Dwelly on the field more than Kyle Pitts. Get out of my face. Ross Dwelly can't even tie his own 2 shoelaces fucking properly. But you gonna convince me that he's better than Kyle Pitts? Man, get out of my face. Yeah, Jude, just trade Pitts and get a defensive player. Pitts is a top 5 tight end, period. If you look at his athleticism, his skills, his ability, this dude can put up numbers. He saw it this year. The dude has excellent playmaking ability, but he's not even getting targets. But like I said, it's clear that they don't want him. They don't see him in his future plans. Don't tell me you can draw up a play for Charlie Warner and Ross Dwelly and Ray McCloud, but you can't get the ball. You can't get the ball to Kyle Pitts. You can't find a way to get the ball to, man, shut up. Like, that's just nonsense. This is nonsense. But a lot of Falcons fans are conditioned to listen to the Falcoholics and all these other guys that does Falcon content to say Kyle Pitts just isn't trying. That's nonsense. You gonna tell me that Ray Magoof, that motherfucker can't even stay on his own 2 feet without fumbling the ball or dropping the ball or letting the ball hit him in the face? This dude is a damn goof, but you can call a play for a damn goof? And a guy who runs a 4.8 flat and Charlie Warner, you can call plays for him, but you can't find a way to get Kyle Pitts. If you don't get the ever-living hub, boy, if y'all don't get out of my face with this nonsense, it's nonsense. We've seen that, Art. We've seen that. And he went to the Pro Bowl. So you put Kyle Pitts with a good offensive mind, whether it's a quarterback and the offensive coordinator, he can put up numbers. He's already done it. At this point, keeping Pitts will be a distraction. Get what you can. That's it. Just get him out of here. Get him in a new environment. Get him and let him do whatever. But it's clear that the Falcons do not want him and do not see him as a part of the future for the Atlanta Falcons. And that's the bottom line because Mad Mike said so. Like, bro, look, drawing up a fucking play. He said, like, drawing up the Clippers, drawing up a play for Nicholas Batum. Like, man, come on, bro. Dog, man, it's crazy. I like, it's insane that people can sit around guys like Jesse Tuggle, all of these great minds, and have these guys at their disposal. You interview these guys time and time again and had conversation with these guys. But you can sit up here and tell me you can justify Ray McCloud getting targets and Kyle Pitts. Boy, man, please. Man, please. Please. Like drawing up a 3-point play for Zaza Pachulia. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're not going to tell me. No, you cannot convince me that Kyle Pitts is such a horrible or he's so lazy that you can't draw up 5 plays a game for him and target him 5 times a game, every game. You're insane. No one is going to convince me that it's not possible. Like, the things that people on these fans, y'all believe because these guys got 20,000 followers on Instagram or on Facebook or Twitter, on YouTube. Y'all listen to this nonsense? Like, you can drop a play for Ray McCloud, Ross Dwelly, and Charlie Warner, but you can't find 5 plays in a game, every game, to give to Kyle Pitts? Man, please. Stop it. Stop it. Designing plays for Ray McCloud is equivalent of Mike Tyson biting his thumb against Jake Paul. That's crazy, man. Like, just get rid of him. Just trade him, because it's obvious. People like you, they would say anything. They would say anything to discredit this man, and that's all there is. All you're doing is trying to discredit this man. Like, look, one thing, Raheem, I'm around coaches. I'm around. Look, I got phone numbers of NFL players and reporters, and these guys have taught me the game. So I have access to a lot of information, and these guys said themselves, there's no way in the bloody hell that you can't design plays for certain players. The thing is, it's all politics. I know this for a fact because we've sat down and we've had conversations with people. They're right here, Jude. You try to act like Kyle Pitts' rookie season never happened. Like, he became one of the Falcons went out of their way to design plays for him in his rookie season. There's film out there. When you target Kyle Pitts, he can make plays. We saw it. He was a Pro Bowler. So how all of a sudden you say we went from targeting him, he makes the Pro Bowl, to he doesn't even get targeted in the game and say, all right, he's not trying. There's something wrong with that picture, brother. Brothers and sisters, there's something wrong with that picture. You go from being targeted, being the center of the offense, and being a Pro Bowler to not even being a target in a system. And everybody's saying it's because you're not running a route fast enough. There's something wrong with that, people. I really want people to think about this for a second. How does a guy go from being the center of attention, the center of the offense, to the offensive coordinator is deliberately designing plays to get the ball into hands of Kyle Pitts and him making a Pro Bowl in that year, to right now that he's not even getting targeted in the game and people questioning whether or not he can even run a route? I really want people to take the time and think about that for a second. Something wrong. Something ain't right there. He's 6'6", throwing it up in the air. What you saw Mike Penix do it to Drake. He just threw it up to Drake, and Drake went up there and got it. Throw it up. So I'm not saying that Kyle Pitts doesn't have moments in game, lapses in games. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own two eyes. He's definitely done it. He's definitely had questionable instances in game where you say, damn, Kyle, what the hell going on with you? But there's something seriously wrong when a guy becomes the center of attention of an offense, making a Pro Bowl, till he can't even get a target in the game and people questioning whether or not he can't even run a route. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Stats along with the eye test don't add up on Pitts. He looks very, very soft. You are a motherfucking fool for saying this. And I mean every bit of what I just said. You are a motherfucking fool if you think that he's very, very, very soft. This is somebody who's made their mind up to dislike him. These are the types of comments that I'm talking about. That he looks very, very, very soft. You've made your mind up to dislike this guy. You tell a guy in those trenches who's blocking. Have you been in those trenches standing next to a 6'6", 250 pounds, 300-pound guy? Blocking those guys and being labeled as soft? No, you 9 times out of 10 you haven't. These guys are strong. These guys are physical. Ain't nothing soft about playing in those trenches. There's nothing soft about being banged by a 6'8" guy, 300 pounds. I'm 150 pounds, 6'2", 150 pounds in high school. Going up one of my teammates, Big Al Ransom. This dude's 6'8", 300 pounds in high school. I'm 6'2", 150 pounds. I'm getting banged. Him putting that big shoulder right into my chest. You think it's something soft about that? You Negroes have never played a game in those trenches. And to say that Kyle Pitts looks soft because this is your eye test? You haven't been in the trenches with those guys? This is nonsense. Comments like this is absolute ridiculousness. There's nothing soft about anybody playing in those trenches. Now, we got guys that are better than others in those trenches, and maybe Kyle Pitts isn't the greatest guy in the trenches, or maybe he's not the most physical tight end there is, but to say he's very, very, very soft is stupid. Ain't got to prove shit to you. You got to prove you're not a fucking idiot. Like, you niggas ain't, you people have never done anything physical on a consistent basis, but you pass judgment on guys because of your eye test. And he say, oh, he's lazy. Tell me how you lazy and get 500 yards, 600 yards on the year. Tell me how are you lazy when you blocking a guy like a TJ Watt? How you get lazy? You think blocking a guy like you can afford to be lazy against guys like TJ Watt? Guys like Matt Crosby? Guys like Grady Jarrett? Do you have to block these guys on a consistent basis, bro? No. Stop it. You guys are stupid. It's nonsense. Now, if you want to say that Kyle Pitts isn't the greatest blocker, yes. Is Kyle Pitts the greatest route runner? No, he's not. But this lazy and he's a bum, this laziness and he's a bum stuff is absolutely ridiculous. It's nonsense. Don't even look. Uninspired is not even look. This not even true. Uninspired, no. Some guys, look. This is a perfect example. If you go back and look at Megatron's routes, Megatron was a horrible. He was not a great route runner either. Oh, I'm gonna hurt some feelings about this. I know 6Man know this. Megatron Calvin Johnson was not the best route runner. It was quite a few times that people thought that he was being lazy on the field. But because you had a quarterback that understood how to get a big target like that the ball, nobody would ever say that he's lazy. Like, go back and look at Megatron and you go look at Kyle Pitts, and I guarantee you'll see a lot of similarities in their route running. No, Megatron was not a great route runner. He understood his size. They understood his size and the routes that it was better suited for him. You see the difference in his? It's the job of the offensive coordinator. It's the job of the quarterback to understand which route each player is good at and focus on those. Some guys, some players are not going to run. Some guys like Hines Ward are better at running slant routes, dig routes. Like Hines Ward couldn't run a damn 9 route. That dude was slower than a damn tight end. Anquan Bolden, he's another one of those guys. You would never say Anquan Bolden go deep. He's slow as hell. He's not going to run that same route as well as a Roddy White or Julio Jones. Like you people are absolute nincompoops. Some players run better routes than others. Some players run better routes than others. So it's the job of the quarterback and the offensive coordinator and the head coach to figure out which routes is this guy good at, and let's highlight that. It's exactly like we were talking about with Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn kept trying to put Vic Beasley at defensive end. He's not a defensive end. Y'all keep trying to put him at a defensive end when he's clearly a 3-4 outside linebacker and he needs to be moved around. Like, these guys are good at certain routes, and great offensive coordinators know how to highlight what they are good at and the routes that they are good at and consistently put them in position where they can win. So it doesn't matter if Julio is great. Like, let's be real about it. Julio wasn't the greatest 9 route runner. Like, he didn't catch a lot of times. If you look at his career, Julio did most of his damage on those crossing routes and them dig routes. That's what Julio did a lot of his work at. Calvin Ridley, is a better route runner than Julio Jones. But guess what? The Falcons knew how to get Julio the ball. They went out their way to get Julio the balls in those crossing routes and them dig routes, them slant routes, where he can bounce off the tackle and go take that bit 70, 80 yards. I Billy, if that's what you meant, I apologize. If that's what you meant, I apologize. It's all good. But all this laziness, like me personally, if an offensive coordinator, if your coach isn't doing and putting you in positions to succeed, and they're not putting you in these positions to run and do what you're best at, the coach failed. These guys ain't even getting targeted. It's the same thing with a guy like Tyler Algier. If Tyler Algier ain't getting the ball, like, is Tyler Algier lazy because he ain't getting the ball? Like, nobody would ever say Tyler Algier is lazy because he's not getting the ball. That's crazy. Like, AB wasn't the greatest, but AB, he knew how to run that slant. He knew how to run that dig route and those crosser routes. But they were good at that. They didn't run every route. Like Jerry Rice, you talking about one of the greatest drag and dig route runners, slant runners of all time. Jerry Rice, look, he dominated those 3 routes. That's it. Jerry Rice didn't run every single route to perfection. So we gotta put these guys in position to succeed and do what they do best. Like you would never ask Michael Vick to stand in the pocket and don't move. You would never ask Kirk Cousins to do a quarterback draw. I need 5 yards scramble. Like, who would do that? But we out here telling Kyle Pitts to stand on the sideline and beat a cornerback that runs a 4-3 deep. We asking Kyle Pitts to sit up here and run a 9 route, beat the defensive back that runs a 4-2, 4-3. We putting in position to do dumb stuff like that. We putting Kyle Pitts on the side on in the trench to go against a guy like TJ Watt and say, you know what, TJ, Kyle Pitts, I need you to block TJ Watt by yourself. This is what the Atlanta Falcons coaches are doing, and we talking about Kyle Pitts is lazy and he's uninspired. What the hell do you call this? At some point, we got to stop. What's going on, Zay? Like, at some point, we got to stop focusing on players and their deficiency and say, all right, what are these coaches doing? It's like, why are we doing certain things? Why are we in 4 wides when we in 4 wides and we got Tyler Algier and it's 4th and inches. Every player is in the trenches. Every defender is in the trenches. It's 4th and inches, and the Falcons spread out and they got they got their running back in shotgun. 4 wides. The defense got all their guys in this, and we've seen this time and time again. And these guys don't go up the middle; they call a goddamn outside zone toss with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, and we up here talking about, yep, the Falcons' offensive line sucks. How many times have we seen that this year from this Atlanta Falcons team? When I saw us run 5 wide on third and 2, I flipped. This is what I'm talking about. Like these coaches are not using the players to the best of their abilities, and then we wondering why these players lose confidence. You gotta help these guys. You gotta build these guys' confidence and do what they do best. Why in the bloody hell are we calling end rounds on 3rd and 1 with fucking Drake London? Are you kidding me? Kyle Shanahan was the best at putting the player in position. He would definitely do that. I'll definitely give him that. This is the thing that we're talking about. This is why I'm looking at Raheem and I'm looking at Zach and I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I'm looking at Jimmy Lake, all these guys putting fucking Judon, and we putting Judon and this dude is literally covering a wide receiver, running back out of the backfield. This dude's 6'5", 280 pounds, chasing a wide receiver down the field. And then you wondering why Judon is tired and he's uninspired. He chasing fucking wide receivers down the field. Blaming Terry for wide receivers. Blaming Terry for those screens. Why you take people? Like, bro, like what? These are the things that I'm talking about. Kyle Pitts is a big target, but you got him lined up outside running the 9 route, not using his size. You didn't even throw it up to him. You did not even put him in position where he can use his size and his big body. No, that dude was never that fast. Judon, his 40 time was like 4.5, close to a 4.6. So Judon never had that speed to begin with. So to put him in that position is asinine. Bro, like that ass, boy. I'm like, bro, I'm too old for this shit. Like, y'all crazy. I've seen every kitty, Judon in coverage, and I'm like, bro, what are we doing? No, look, y'all keep talking about this Jimmy. I will never agree with y'all that Jimmy Lake is the problem with this Falcon defense. Never. Because the defense is Raheem. He's the defensive guy. His specialty is defense. He's the head coach. I will never agree with you guys and say Jimmy Lake is the problem. Because guess what? The head coach has to approve his game plan. So let's just say it is Jimmy Lake's game plan, for argument's sake. Let's just say it is his game plan. Why the hell is our head coach approving it? If this shit is continuously screwing us game after game and we're losing these games in the way that we're in the fashion that we're, why is Raheem continuously approving it? Again, this is where common sense has to come in. Why our head coach keep approving it? Nah, I don't want that sugar free. No. I'm Jalen Ramsey, man, please. Absolutely not. What we need with him anyway? We good? Nah. Nah, I'm good on that, Von. Nah, that's too much money going to a corner anyway. When you already got a corner like AJ Terrell, spending another 15 million on another corner just doesn't make sense. Like, and plus, if you spend money in the trenches and getting sacks and getting pressure and stopping the run, you're not going to need your corners like that if you got good safeties like Jesse Bates back there. So absolutely not. Draft a corner, but not spending money on a Jalen Ramsey. Absolutely not. You're better off developing a guy and continuously adding to the trenches than going out spending 15 million on a corner. Falcon corners are fine. We got to find a way to get consistent pressure and better linebacker play up front. The linebacker play is a major problem with the Atlanta Falcons as far as coverage is concerned. These guys are way too slow. Nate Landman, good guy in the trenches. It'd be a thumper. The same for Kate Ellis. Very good at being a thumper, getting out the quarterback, blitzing. Those guys are good at that, but in coverage, no. The Falcons absolutely suck. And then you look at Troy Anderson, has a problem staying healthy, so you have to move on from him or bring in somebody that's going to be able to compete. J.D. Bertrand has had some issues as far as him is concerned and being staying healthy. So the Falcons have issues. So they have to bring in a linebackers that have athleticism and ability to cover. But I would much rather just go with Mike Hughes for another year. Clark Phillips, draft another corner or corner. Just go young. Falcons are good. They need to worry about trenches. That's the problem with the Falcons over the years. We too concerned about getting interceptions than getting after the quarterback and busting ass up front. We need to bust some ass. The hell with interceptions. Bust somebody's ass, and those interceptions will come. Trust me, you get hit by a big 300-pounder, that quarterback will get antsy and just start throwing the ball up. You need to bust somebody's ass. Too many times in the game where I seen a fucking quarterback smiling and goddamn doing the cha-cha dance and shit. Like, motherfucker do a cha-cha slide on my ass during the game. Guess what? I'm sending goddamn all 11 motherfuckers, and I'm getting a penalty. I be damn, you laugh at my motherfucking defense and you get that comfortable? I'm busting your ass. You better not dance on me. Just ask a guy like Rex Ryan, Buddy Ryan. They busting your ass. If you dance on them, that's your ass. I have no expectations for the off season. None whatsoever. I do not believe in anything that Raheem Morris is doing defensively. He's going to have to convince me. I don't believe in anything he's saying. Everything that he says is rehearsed, and it's the same nonsense over and over again. I don't believe in that damn thing he's doing. I believe in Zach Robinson more than I believe in Raheem. Raheem has shown me nothing more than he can talk. He's a fast talker. Raheem ain't nothing but a nigga that a dude standing on the sideline at the 7-Eleven and trying to get you to buy them new Jordans. That's what he is. He's done nothing but talk. So he's going to have to show me. I have no expectations for Raheem. None whatsoever. That man has done nothing. He's done nothing but talk. So I have no expectations for the Atlanta Falcons. They're gonna have to show me. I don't believe in anything they're saying.
I've seen enough from Zach Robinson to say, all right, I see some growth. I see what he's trying to do. I don't know what the hell Raheem trying to do. One game we blitzing, 2-3 games we blitzing every play, and in the next 3 games we playing 19 yards off the goddamn ball. So I don't believe in nothing Raheem is saying, preaching. I don't see what he's trying to do defensively. I don't see nothing. So you absolutely right. Don't believe anything. I don't believe in nothing, Raheem. He's going to have to show. I want to be wrong about Raheem. I want him to be a good top 10 defensive back coach. I want to be a top 10 defense. I want to be proven wrong. But he's done everything that I thought that he was going to be coming to the season when the Atlanta Falcons hired him as a head coach. Everything that I've said has came true. Everything. He still had that soft mentality defensively where he just, all his DBs just play 5-10 yards off and he just give them easy throws. And all he does is a bunch of fucking catchphrases and, oh, we're going to be better. Man, shut up. He done nothing. He's been exactly what I thought he was. But I'm not on that bandwagon of, all right, he doesn't deserve an opportunity. But I am on that bandwagon to say his ass deserved to be fired. He deserves to be fired. There's several fireable offenses with him this year. But I'm not on the bandwagon to say, all right, after 1 year, give him another opportunity. Give him another opportunity. But he does deserve to be fired. He definitely deserved that. Like I said, that made me extremely. It made AFN Unholy Lines. That definitely made us a target within the Atlanta Falcons fan base because we don't go with the typical. We see what we see, whether it's good or bad in the eyes of people. When we feel a certain way, we stick with that. And I've said from the very beginning, we've all said from the very beginning, I have no idea why they hired Raheem Morris. Nobody wanted him, but the Atlanta Falcons went out of their way to bring him in. So maybe they see something that I don't. I'm patient. I'm willing to give him an opportunity, but I'm also that person that said his ass need to be gone. Fire him. I would not care. I'll probably get butt naked and goddamn cake ice cream. That motherfucker get fired. To hell with Raheem. That's where I see it. Because I believe there's far more coaches out there that deserve an opportunity. The Rex Ryan, Steve Wilkes, all these guys are better qualified to be coaches than him because they've actually done it. But because people don't like their personality, they're not media savvy, and these guys aren't marketable. These guys will never get they won't say never get an opportunity, but they don't get a lot of opportunities. Bro, I was not happy. Wasn't happy at all. Guys like I said, we already seeing guys like Brian Flores. These guys are doing it. They're improving. They're doing exactly what they do. This man ain't did nothing. We got happy because we went on a 4-game win. We went on a 4-game streak where we had like 4 or 5 sacks in a row, and still at the bottom of the lead in sacks. And we up here talking about this guy need the opportunity for fucking what? For 12 weeks we couldn't even get a damn sack. For 12 weeks in a row, we couldn't even get a damn sack. But you Negroes, you people are so happy that we finally got after 12 weeks, we finally got the quarterback on. We finally got the quarterback on the ground 3-4 times in a row for 4 games straight. Now y'all saying, all right, that's good. That's good enough. No, heck it ain't. No, the heck is not. That's not good enough. Well, D-Led is just trying to get y'all to click his articles. Ain't nobody finna buy them old ass newspapers, okay? That's all he doing. He just trying to get y'all to retweet his stuff and buy them old ass newspapers he still trying to sell. Motherfucker, it's not 1960 no more. Ain't nobody reading no damn newspaper. Like motherfucker got cell phones and smart TVs, and this Negro still trying to sell a newspaper. Man, what the hell wrong with you? That man still out here trying to. Ain't nobody finna buy no damn newspaper. Yeah, they should have hired Steve Wilkes. That man had that team playing, and they fired him. Raheem should have. I mean, I get it. I'm not. Look, I said what I said about Raheem and and the Kirk Cousins. I understand why they didn't bench him, because they would have looked real dumb. And they gave him every opportunity to get it right. Now, maybe in hindsight, he should have pulled the trigger a lot earlier, as far as Kirk Cousins is concerned. But when you spend that $40 million on the quarterback in that first year the way that they did, you kind of have to give him. They was forced in the position where he kind of had to give him every opportunity to get it right, and it just never happened. It just came to a point where the Falcons, Kirk Cousins wasn't helping the Atlanta Falcons, and when that's when they had to pull the trigger and put Penix in. So I don't feel any way about Kirk Cousins being left in too long, because, like I said, sometimes the money talking the bullshit walk. In this instance, the money was talking. First 8 games are going to be crucial. I think they come out flat, pink slips. I wouldn't even say the first 8 weeks. I say the first 5 weeks. If they come out bad, yeah. That's why I said, for me, this offseason is going to be real interesting to see whether or not they bring in a guy like a Steve Wilkes, a guy with experience and who's been there and a resume. Because if they bring in a guy that has a resume and he's been a head coach and he's had success, I think they could very well be looking to fire Raheem Morris and then appoint a guy like a Zach Robinson as the head coach, and then, let that guy run the defense. So be real. Look, I'm telling y'all, pay close attention to Zach Robinson being their head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. If they bring in a defensive coach, with experience, and this guy is very good, like a Steve Wilkes, like a Brian Flores, they hire him at defense coordinator, Raheem's ass is grass. Because if they come out and they play down, if they play down, they don't get off to a good start early in the season, Yeah. So, Antonio Pierce is a name out there. Gerard Mayo is a defensive coordinator that's out there. Like how those guys at defensive coordinators that pretty much take over the defense, do their thing, and then hire Zach Robinson as the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons, so the offense can stay intact. That's my thinking for this. I want the offense to stay intact because I think we have a solid core, and they need that offense to stay right there. So Zach Robinson, I'm telling y'all, Zach Robinson, hire him as the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. Bring in a defensive coordinator with a resume that knows how to get these guys ready. Hire those guys. That right there would be a great combo for the Atlanta Falcons. So that's what I would do. I don't know where the Atlanta Falcons are going to go with that, but I do like Zach Robinson as the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons, solely because the best part of this Atlanta Falcons team obviously is the offense, and I want to keep that offense intact and continuously build around Michael Penix, and that's the thing that I don't want because Grady Jarrett's getting older. I don't know how long AJ Terrell is going to stay as a top corner. Jesse Bates, the same thing. Don't know how long because, the Falcons could decide whether or not to extend him. Jesse Bates might want more money, and they might have to move on from him. But this offense, we have so many, guys like AJ Terrell, Bijan Robinson, Drake London. We got a lot of young guys. We got Michael Penix's offensive line that we may have to continue to extend the Drew Dalman. So I want to keep that offense intact. And the best way to keep the offense intact is to hire Zach Robinson as the offensive coordinator as the head coach, and then bring in the defensive coordinator to run the defense. I know a lot of people are going to be kind of upset with that take, but so, and that's another thing too. Like Crosby is clearly out of there. When they fire Antonio Pierce, Crosby definitely gonna be gone. He definitely gonna be gone. What's going on, boy? Keep Zach and bring in Wilkes. I'm bringing in Wilkes. That dude comes with a certain energy and expectations. If you're gonna play on his team, yeah. That dude don't play. He's a lot like DNP. Those guys are hard-nosed coaches. You're going to play their style and their way. They're going to get in your behind, bro. Bringing in Justin Simmons, if he's not asking for much, I'll bring him back. He still got a few. He still got a few plays in him, and then you can bring in. He still got Hillams. I don't know. Hillams has had some issues staying healthy, so I would bring in Justin Simmons in for another year or two. We'll see. But like I said, man, it ain't all. It's not all bad. It's not all doom and gloom with the Atlanta Falcons. But like I said, Raheem is not. I don't believe in anything this dude is doing. I don't believe in his philosophy. I don't believe his scheme. I don't believe nothing he says. He got to prove to me. But like I said, that's just me personally. I'm not looking for him to fail, but I just don't believe he's just going to have to make a believer out of me because I don't believe anything. Rick Ryan, I don't think if he comes here, Rick Ryan gonna want complete control over the defense. If you're gonna bring him as a defense coordinator, yeah, let him have all 100% control over every part of the defense, and I think that'd be cool. But I don't think Rick Ryan and Raheem are going to get along. Like Rex Ryan that's a big personality, man. That's a big personality. I think Raheem will fold under him. I don't think he'll get along with a guy like Rex. Rex tell it like it is. Rex is a G. So Raheem will probably lose his team under Rex Ryan. Morris made the switch because he wants his job. Funny how black coaches get 1 year, but Titans, Seahawks coaches get to keep their. No, don't start that black shit. Black coaches get an opportunity to succeed, and you got to give somebody to work with, something to work with. I don't want to hear nothing about these black coaches only get 1 year. If guys get opportunities, you got to make the most of your opportunity. If you don't make the most out of your opportunity, that's on you. Period, point blank. I done already been through there. I don't care nothing about that black, white stuff. You got to give people something to work with. If you ain't giving somebody to work with, I don't want to hear nothing about this white and black stuff. Antonio Pierce showed that he's a good defensive coach. Antonio Pierce, Gerard Mayo, they showed that they were good defensive coaches. So they should have gotten more opportunities. But a guy like Raheem has done nothing to show that he's a good defensive coach. Nothing. So you can say that black stuff. I ain't motherfucker. I ain't one want to hear that shit. I'm not hearing that. You got to give people something to work with. You can't show me the numbers. It don't mean shit. If it don't make dollars, don't make sense. Period. Point blank. Hell yeah, I want to slap the shit out of him. Bruh, like Raheem, man, look, Rex Ryan will run all over that dude, man. Yeah, that Rex Ryan is a G, bro. Like that's why he out of league. They can't control him. The NFL can't control him. That's why he's not in the league. That motherfucker be talking about kissing toes and every damn thing. That man talk about his fetish that he got with his wife. Like, man, look. Rex Ryan tell it like it is, bro. Yeah, man, that black power bullshit. Man, get the fuck out of here. You got to give people something to work with. I don't want to hear nothing about that black power nonsense. No, I feel you. Look, like I said, I feel you, man, but I'm not the one. You got to show me something. Coaches got to show me something. Like if you haven't shown me that you can hold your own in the league and your team, your offensive side of the ball, where you're an offensive coach and you all your every chance you had an opportunity to be a coach and you've at the bottom of the league and you want an opportunity to be a head coach, you want people to give you second chances, but you're not giving them nothing to work with. Nah, I'll say that black stuff. You got to give people something to work with. You can go to hell with that black shit. I'm good on that. So, look, man, I'm gonna call it a show. But like I said, man, when y'all get this straight heat, y'all know it's gonna be what it is. I haven't done one of these in a minute. And I'm one of the few Falcon content creators out here, football, NFL content creators out here, just gonna give it to you straight, raw. And we're gonna talk about the thing that most people don't want to talk about. That's what we do around here. All right. That's exactly what we do around here. We speak on the topics and we say the things that other people are too chicken shit to talk about. And right now, all this black power, Panther bullshit, The black man, the white man holding me down. Motherfucker, your defense is 38th in the goddamn league, and you up here talking about I need a second chance because you black. Man, shut the fuck up. The fuck out of here. Up here designing fucking 9 routes for goddamn Ross Dwelly, but you up here talking about you need a fucking second chance. You got Grady Jarrett playing that damn defensive. You got him playing edge, trying to chase after goddamn Justin Fields, talking about you need a second chance at defensive coordinator. You got goddamn. You got fat ass Matthew Judon chasing wide receivers down the field, talking about you need a second chance at being a head coach. Man, please, the fuck out of my face. Y'all people sound like some fucking idiots. You need another chance. Need a chance for what? You out here running plays for goddamn Charlie Warner. Running. You really out here calling plays for Charlie Warner, but you want another chance you want another opportunity at a head coach. Man, please. You better go on with that black power stuff. Yeah, look, he get no play in this ride, bro. Like, absolutely. Defense complete ass in every category. But you want, give me one more chance. One more chance. No, absolutely not. So, hey, man, y'all continuously support your boy here, man. Mike Sports, 6-Man K-Style, Jew Talk Sports. If y'all have not seen Jew Talk Sports, he had an excellent show yesterday. The Lady Birds of AFN, Atlanta Falcons Nation, they had an interview with Kelly Price, the Fox 5 reporter. She did a wonderful job. So thank you, Kelly, for joining the crew. And like I said, Auntie Pam, shout out to Auntie Pam, with Jay, all the wonderful ladies over there, man. We truly appreciate all the contribution that you have, given us for this year, the first full year of the Lady Birds. Is one of the only, it's one of the only platforms on NS Atlanta Falcons Nation that represent the ladies, We the only ones that do that. We who give the love to the ladies over here. Y'all already know that. Nobody does it like we do it. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it better. Shout out to AFN. Shout out to the Lady Birds of AFN. This has been your boy, man, Mike. All right. The Atlanta Falcons will be okay. Just gotta tough out the bad time. All right. Bad times don't last. Good times, bad times, good times, bad times. They don't always last, but you got to stay positive and you got to keep on going on. Keep going on. Yeah, got to keep going on. So that being said, man, this has been your boy, man, Mike. All right. We here to stay. Why? Because Mad Mike said so. Peace.
Put your eyes back in your head.
I got like flavor.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skim the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.